The green fingers of a talented Sussex gardener will feature tonight on the much-loved BBC show Gardener's World. Jeff Stonebanks may not have vast acres to play with, but he's transformed his small garden in Seaford into a mini oasis of plants and sculptures, along the way raising huge sums for charity by opening it up to the public. Juliet Parkin's been to meet him and take a look.
Before I expect visitors, I come out in the garden and I walk round it. I pick all the leaves up, all the dead heads off the floor. I always say that I'm like dressing a film set.
And Gardener's World captured this movie in glorious summer technicolor. Today the March drizzle not showing Jeff's handiwork in its best light, but still, his story underpins this little sanctuary in Seaford.
Some chimney pots here. Christmas gift for my mum, this lovely bear. And then there's lots of planting that's really appropriate for a seaside garden, like the sea kale here.
Jeff's appeared on Gardener's World before 8 years ago, but contacted the show again last summer to explain how the space has evolved and why.
I wrote to them and said that getting older, climate change and lots of hosepipe bans and drought tolerance, I've had to change the garden over the last 2 years because I had to make it easier for myself to look after. It was either that or move, to be honest.
And Jeff's film set has been shared with a wide audience. He's opened it to the public since 2009, raising £170,000 for charity.
I love the garden. I think for me, the garden's final ingredient is people. And we've seen 23,000 people visit the garden over the years, and many of them have become friends, and many of them can't become repeat visitors. And I think that's the joy for me.
Jeff's been invited to meet royalty 3 times, including a visit to Buckingham Palace for the Coronation Garden Party last summer.
I always describe my garden to people as an eclectic mix of rubbish with a few plants. And what more rubbish could you get perhaps than this old typewriter? Somebody gave that to me, and in the summer it's got lots more planting around it. But it's things like that that make the garden quite unique and different from my garden.
Jeff's plant knowledge is self-taught, and climate change, he says, has rewritten the rules on what works where and when. But whatever features here seems to perform. See it all in action on BBC Two at 8 p.m. tonight. Juliet Parkin, BBC South East Today, Seaford.
Beautiful. Well, as Juliet just said, Jeff's garden features in all its glory on Gardener's World tonight at 8 p.m. over on BBC Two.